Bill.
All right, Kate, we turn now to a group of young veterans who have gotten into trouble with the Pentagon for protesting the Iraq War while wearing their uniforms. The Defense Department says this is a clear violation of military law, but the veterans say the government simply wants them to shut up. Those soldiers join us now from Kansas City. They are Liam Madden, Adam Kokesh, and Chloe Richards. Men, thanks for being with us. Let's show some footage of your style of protest. In addition to making quote-unquote alleged disloyal statements accusing the Bush administration of war crimes, you're both facing hearings, Liam and Adam, for wearing your uniform, staging these sort of mock patrols in protest. What were you trying to say there, Liam?
We were trying to bring home just a small taste of the reality that Iraqis face every day in living in an occupied country.
Okay. Well, even though you're all inactive, you are still members of the individual ready reserve, part of your contract when you enlist there. And didn't you sign that contract which kind of specifies that you won't wear your uniform for political means?
Well, wearing the uniform for political means is not something that would be appropriate if you're doing it while representing the military or while on active duty. But when you're finished with your active obligation and you're a member of the individual reserve, you are, for all intents and purposes, a civilian with at least the rights of an American citizen.
Chloe, what sort of punishment are you facing now?
I'm not currently facing any punishment, but I have been threatened with revocation of my Veterans Affairs benefits.
Which include a disability pay, I understand?
Which include disability and Montgomery GI Bill.
Your college money as well.
Yes, sir.
I understand that you guys are sort of in this gray area between civilian life and between active duty in there somewhere. But what do you say to those who, even if they agree with your stance on the war, that Marines live by a certain code, and you still have brothers who are in the action over in Iraq, and that this is somehow borderline treasonous to them?
Absolutely not. That's a big part of the reason why I joined Iraq Veterans Against the War, because I think the best thing we can do to support the troops and our brothers and sisters currently serving in Iraq is to bring them home now.
The commander of the VFW actually came to your support this week, calling for a little common sense. He said trying to hush up and punish fellow Americans for exercising the same democratic right we're trying to instill in Iraq is not what we're about. What are you hearing from active duty Marines, your other comrades who are still in this fight?
I've heard nothing but support. My brother is currently on active duty, and he supports me in everything I do.
Yeah, Liam?
I've heard from a couple of Marines that I've served with at the 3rd Civil Affairs Group, and so far they've all been supportive of my demonstrations, my protests, and more poignantly, they support me in challenging the Marine Corps and not applying the Uniform Code of Military Justice to members of the inactive reserve.
I believe defying traditions is an important part of preserving democracy in this particular case.
And at some point you must have believed in this cause. You enlisted in the Marines. I mean, at what point did it turn for you guys?
Well, I enlisted in 1999 at the age of 17 while a junior in high school, and I joined out of patriotism, and I said that before it was cool, before 9/11, and I was against the war in Iraq. I was against the invasion. I was a reservist going to college full-time and attended a day of student protests. But then after the war, it seemed that our mission was cleaning up our mess. I was behind that because I believe it was worthwhile and responsible foreign policy to be cleaning up our mess. But I've since then realized that the motives of the administration in maintaining a presence in Iraq aren't in line with the rhetoric that's being used to justify the occupation.
Okay. Well, I take it you'll continue this. We'll keep an eye on the hearings. Thanks for your time this morning.
Thank you for having us.